Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Dream Stream of Consciousness. And I am Yiskah Cook.
And I'm Ellen Ronis. Welcome to today's podcast,
Yes,
where we talk about dreams. In case you didn't
my,
know
yeah, in case you didn't know that, one of
that.
my dream teachers, Stephen Larson, used to say dreams are like Velcro. Like, even if you're just wanting to share it and move on, it grabs you back, like how Velcro is hard to. And I feel that way with what you told me, which was like a minute's worth of a big dream you just had. So can you please share
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I know it's funny. I was just talking to a friend literally minutes before we jumped on, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I've got this. I'm going to be talking to my friend on this podcast about a dream." And we just talked about how important it is. She said she would share her dreams with her husband, and he would just be like, "Oh, uh-huh, that's nice. Oh, we need some toilet paper." Like he really, I said, no, you need to talk to someone who, you don't have to, the person
Who's
doesn't have to
happy to listen?
analyze, but just to really listen and to be like,
Yeah,
wow, what do you think of
absolutely.
that? Or, yeah, I mean, you have any, just
Yes,
curious about it because it's important, it's deep,
it
it's
is.
it's telling us something. And even though we don't often know what it's telling us. Anyway, yeah, I had a big dream. I don't know if it was a big dream, but it was like a really emotional dream for me.
Okay,
Um, here it is. If I may just jump in.
please.
Good with that. Um, oh wait, that was the old one. Where's the new one? Hold on. It's coming. Wait, there it is. Um, I'm I have a bicycle. I'm on my bicycle and I'm at my friend Tara's house, which was in New York City, which is not where her house actually is, but I was trying to get to my parents' house. I'm going to speak about it in the present.
I am. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I have my bicycle with me and I'm at Tara's house, which is in New York City in the dream. I'm trying to get to my parents' house and I'm going to ride my bike there. I'm going to ride my bike to Long Island from New
From
York City,
Manhattan. Okay.
as if that was nothing. It was raining. It's raining. It's pouring rain, and it's nighttime.
Hmm.
And I'm I'm like completely beschmoozled. Like, how am I going to get on my bike in the rain, in the dark? If you know
Yeah.
anything about New York City and the tunnels and the bridges,
Mhm.
how am I going to get, like, how is that going to work? Like, I couldn't even wrap my head around, like, which
Yes.
bridge, which tunnel, how I was, at night in the rain. And it was terrifying. It just felt absolutely terrifying. Like it was something that I felt I had to do. It wasn't,
Okay.
um,
Interesting.
yeah. And let's see. So I'm like partially reading and partially telling from
Yes.
memory. So let me just come back, right? All the convoluted roads and was frantically trying. Oh, so I also didn't remember where my parents lived because they had moved a couple of times. And so I didn't know their exact address. And I was like remembering some numbers and some streets, but I was mixing them all up. So I'm frantically trying to find my flip phone. So somehow I'm in that part of history,
Okay.
several years back, to look up my parents' address because they had moved, and and then I thought, oh, I had this great idea that I'd Google it. I'd Google their address, but I didn't know their address. So I would Google it to get directions so that it would tell me which bridge and which tunnel and all that stuff. But I didn't have their address, so that wasn't a solution. Um, and I'm running all over the house trying to find um, my this blue leather purse that I actually have. It's like a fanny pack that's in
Okay.
Wait Life something, but it's the thing that has all my belongings in it. But I'm
Yes.
looking for that because that's where my flip phone is. Um, and it's Tara's house, and she's got. I'm going to just do this what I remember.
Yes.
She's got company. She's got company, and I'm saying to her, I'm asking her if I could stay over. I'm like, I can't like find what I need. I don't know the address. It's raining. It's pouring. It's dark. it's like the middle of the night, and I don't know how to get on a bridge and a tunnel in my bicycle. Like, can I just stay overnight? And she was like, no, I'm having people over for Christmas, which she's Jewish, by the way, very Jewish, by the way. And so that was interesting. And she's kind of lounging with her guests, and I'm like, okay, if you're not going to let me stay over, then you have to help me find my phone and my bag.
Mm.
So she's like, okay, all right, so she gets up and she still helps. She's helping me look around, and I'm seeing all these little pouches and bags and things that were other people's, but I'm not finding mine. um Anyway, I wrote it interestingly as she obeyed me to get up
Oh,
and look. Like, I was like,
oh,
if
interesting.
you're not going to let me stay,
Yeah,
like, be a civil person,
the
then you
least you
have
can
to
do.
help
Yes.
me, like, figure out how to do all this. Like, I
Mhm.
need my phone and I need my stuff, my bag with my things, my important possessions. So that's the dream. And yeah, that's the dream.
So, how did you feel when you woke up from the dream?
Like, really, really upset, like, really,
Mm.
like, so like sad, like, so
Mm.
abandoned and rejected, kind of like kicked out, kind of kicked to the
Yes.
curb.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And your parent in your dream,
Hmm.
let's do a little reality check.
Hmm.
So, do you ride a bicycle around sometimes?
I don't even have a bicycle. I mean, I have in my life, but I don't right now.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
have a bike, and I never, when I did have a bike, I rode it more for pleasure on the rail trails and things like that.
Sure.
I never rode it really for transportation, except when I
Yes.
was a really little kid, and we'd
Yes.
ride it, go to the candy store or whatever. But
Exactly.
yeah, I did not. That would not be, a normal thing for me in
Okay.
speaking life.
And now you mentioned this friend that Dreamer is visiting
Mhm.
in New York City, but that's not where this friend actually lives in real life. So where does the friend live in real
Friend lived
life?
in the Hudson Valley.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
And
really,
she has some connections to the city, some people
okay.
in the city, but
And in the dream, my parents are living still on Long Island. Is that
yes,
right?
well, and I grew up on Long Island, so
Yeah.
my mom is still there. My dad is deceased, but
Yes.
they, we did. That's an
Yes.
affirmative.
And have they moved a bunch, or was that
Um,
all
no,
part of
not a
the?
bunch. Not a bunch.
Yeah.
Only, my mom is in a place that's different than where I lived with her, but
Hmm.
that's not so. But that
Okay.
felt interesting in the dream, like that they moved and I couldn't.
It
It felt like
feeds into the
a.
forlornness that I'm feeling from the
Yeah,
stream. I
totally.
don't even know where my mom and
I don't
dad live.
even know where my mommy is.
Yeah.
And my daddy.
Yeah. And I can't
Yeah.
even Google them
Right.
because I
Right.
don't have a street number or a name.
Yeah. And this person who I consider, like, in waking life, even though our connection, I mean, we live far away and we're
Yes.
both busy with full lives and things, but when there's a connection, it's very deep and real and profound. It's a deep
Mm-hmm.
kind of connection.
Mm-hmm.
So, a person that I feel I could go live with, if I, what,
Mm-hmm.
like a person who
Yes.
feels like a deep part of my community, even though I don't live there or have that much connection,
Mm-hmm.
actually, in waking life. I feel like that. So it's interesting that in the dream, it's sort of the opposite. She's like, I don't really
Yes.
do this for you.
Really feeds into the theme that I'm
Yeah.
really picking up. And so, so she's helping me look for my bag. You
Hmm.
said it's like a blue fanny pack that you have,
Yeah, it's a blue
and
leather little pack, little
and
fanny pack.
all your important stuff is in there. So like what? What is your important stuff that's in there?
Definitely my phone, and
Mm-hmm.
presumptively, it's funny when in the dream, there are all these little pouches, little, sometimes people keep change in a little, like,
Uh-huh.
pouch or something. So there were
Sure.
a lot of little things like that, but I don't know. There were other people's, because I was looking around for my own stuff,
Mm.
but I was seeing these pouches that were other people. So,
Okay.
their possessions, their,
Yes.
little thing to hold their credit cards or their
Yes.
money,
Yes.
um, like
Yeah.
lipstick or something. I don't know. Just,
Absolutely.
yeah, there was a
Yes,
lot,
all of those things.
right? A lot of
So,
things.
and then do I have any idea of who the visitors are? Have I seen them before? Are they people I
I
know?
couldn't really see them. I could only see her like in the other room, kind of like, lounging back with her hands behind her head,
Okay.
her feet up on the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see the other people, but presumably it felt like they were family. It was like her family,
Oh,
like
okay.
parts of her family. I don't know who.
Okay. And yeah, I don't want to ride my bike in the rain and dark.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, I
do I
just
have
had
this? What's that?
I have an association
Yeah,
actually.
please. Please do.
Ooh, it's a painful one. When I was married, um, before I was married actually, but I was dating my husband and we were uh, at the house that he was living at sort of part time, and I would stay there on the weekends. And it was like maybe Sunday afternoon, and he wanted to watch a football game. And of course, I don't really join him in that process. But
Hmm.
like the plan was, I was going to drive back to Brooklyn where I was
Okay.
living, and he
Hmm.
was going to, watch the game, and we had a whole nice weekend together. And it was getting dark because it was winter. It's like 5 o'clock, and it's getting dark. It's
Yeah.
freezing cold, and it started to snow. And
Okay.
the heat in my car was broken,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I did not want to leave. I just did not want to leave. I was like, I felt cozy with him.
Yeah.
I understood that he wanted to watch the game, like
Yes.
get
Sure.
scream at the TV, like get drunk and get drunk and get drunk. That was probably
Yeah.
the main. He wanted to
Okay.
drink and be himself and whatever. He did not want me around. And I said, I will stay upstairs in the bedroom. I don't need to watch the game or be
Yes.
around you. You can do. I mean, I was like practically begging him.
Sure.
It was really demeaning, actually, and I've never done that before or since, thank God. But do you know what he said to me? I'll give you a blanket for your lap for the car. I mean, he kicked me the hell out of the house. That's all I'm going to say. I should have broken up. I really don't even know
Right.
why. That's
It's
one of
like
those
when someone shows you who they really
things.
are, believe them the first time.
Exactly, exactly. That is a like, how many times do I need to live, learn that lesson? That
Yeah.
was a that was a big one. Yeah, when somebody shows you, you like run. And I should
Yeah.
have ran. I really
Yeah.
should have. But I didn't. I
But on
didn't.
the other hand,
I had a whole marriage with him.
what a
Anyway.
beautiful life the two of you shared, and then
Yeah.
the whole coming together and going apart. Better to have loved and lost than never to have lost.
I suppose so. I
I
suppose
suppose
so.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose
I'm not
so. But
sure.
in any case, it reminds me a little bit of that feeling where I'm
Yeah.
just like, please just be nice to me. Like, why? I don't get this. Like, just let me stay. It was the same kind of feeling. It
Oh
was
my
a
goodness.
feeling. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it feels really bad for me right now.
Yeah. Felt
And
so bad.
so what am I going to end up doing? We're going to find my purse and I'm going to have to.
I mean, there was no, let's see. That was kind of it. Like there was no resolution, like what I
Yeah.
do. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my phone somehow and I don't know, figure something out and get on my bike and go. That was presumably,
Wow.
if I'm not
Yeah.
going to stay there, then
Yeah.
presumably I'm going to go and get in the,
Yes.
get on my bike and go in the bad weather on a bridge in a
Yeah.
tunnel, whatever to get to.
It really does feel like it's talking to me about this other situation where I was told I couldn't stay over.
Yeah.
And it feels it's very much pointing to that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. If I look at it in that way, like sometimes, yeah, yeah. I had a thought about like looking at all the different elements, like if I'm the rain, if I'm the
Oh
dark,
yes, yes. Let's
I
do
didn't
that.
really like get much out of it. I didn't really go anywhere with it, but I wondered about that. I was
Yeah, that's
like, I am,
so interesting.
the person who's saying no, like, because I'm always asking myself, like, Okay, that's interesting that it does remind me so deeply of that
Yes,
experience, but that was
yes,
such a long time ago.
yes,
And obviously there's still feelings about it, but really is that what I'm needing to look at? Maybe. But then I wonder, how does it relate more to my life now?
sure.
I mean, maybe there is something in that incident that I need to find resolution for,
Yes,
so that I can move forward in my life today. Maybe.
yes.
And
So, may I ask you about the dream?
mhm.
If I'm the dreamer, first I'm just riding my bike, and then I realize I don't know where I'm going, and then therefore I go to my friend's place.
Somehow I feel like I'm the dream opens where I'm walking my bike and I'm
Oh,
at her house. I'm at her house.
okay, okay.
I'm just so I had just come from somewhere, presumably, like maybe my own house.
Yes,
I don't know where that is. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, it feels to me, and if this is my dream, my experience is, it feels to me that that memory that it's bringing me back to, I never dealt with it. Did I
Mhm.
talk about it? Did I, really look at it clearly? Did it give me pause in the relationship at that moment? Like, I want to know, I want to get to the deeper feeling here that,
Yeah.
and maybe, maybe there's nothing deeper than forlorn,
Right.
hurting the heart. But I
Yeah.
feel like if this is my dream, I'm thinking maybe I never dealt with this
Yeah. Yeah.
before, and now I need to.
Well, and I wonder if maybe it's coming up. I don't know why it presented as this particular friend, but
Mm.
that's always interesting to be curious about. But you know, I, if I want to move forward having another intimate relationship,
Yes,
it makes sense that I would want to resolve any of the unresolved pieces.
sure,
Grief is grief. Grief you bring with you, right? The grief of divorce and all that.
sure.
But the specifics and the certain feelings, like there can be some resolution in that. There can be some, deeper exploration in the
Mm,
psychology of all of that.
mm.
You know, which I don't particularly you really want to be talking about in a public space here,
Okay,
but
well, and it just feels to me like, because likely if I'm the dreamer again, I wouldn't remember that feeling right now. It wouldn't come to mind,
right, right.
but it has come to mind. And so I'm glad, because somewhere in my mental reserve is this memory, and something that maybe I didn't work through yet. And
Yeah,
so I think it's good. I think for all the reasons you're saying,
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
get good with myself before I
Right. Right.
can.
And I'm about to embark on a coaching program, and
Yes,
meaning not learning how to coach, but my own personal
being
coaching
coached.
to get
Yes,
clear on a couple of different aspects of my life, and found somebody that I think I love very much. I think she's going to be
wonderful.
for me. But reason I'm bringing that up here is because um, she's how do I say this? She's presenting the program as like it's about liberation. It's not about, oh, I'm gonna figure out what my next work is gonna be and the
Right.
steps to get that job done. And it's more like what like kind of underneath it all, like what hasn't been resolved, what are the things that you aren't clear.
Wow.
So it's and a lot of aspects of life, not just work life or financial life,
Yes.
which may be the top surface thing that I'm wanting to
Yes.
look at, all this other stuff. So I think that maybe the questions and things that she's already asked,
Yes.
have started something in my deeper unconscious.
Stir it up,
Yeah, and
little
here's
darling. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
So
It's
maybe it came up
like a
like
little. Sorry, I'm thinking of a metaphor which may or may not have any significance here, but like a like a clam with a little sand in its shell turns it into a pearl.
hmm.
Is that a clam? It's a mollusk. I don't know which one.
So I think clams are the ones that have the pearl.
So
exactly.
sometimes we need a little something irritating to
Yes.
really bring out the beautiful
Yeah. Yeah.
resolution or
Yes.
unfolding.
Yes, I think that's true. Like otherwise it would just kind of sit somewhere in there
Hmm.
and then we feel stuck. We feel
Yeah,
blocked. We don't know why. We just, so
it's just
perhaps,
a pebble in your shoe.
and perhaps it's just about it's just about remembering that incident and feeling the feelings of that.
Yes.
And maybe like, how else could I have felt? Well, I could have been really angry at him and I could have just said,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Right.
I do not get treated like this if this
That's
is a
right. That's
relationship.
right.
And
Yeah,
that's what I
because
would
that can
do
lead to other things that you know.
better.
How can my future husband like me less than anyone else in my life?
Right.
Explain that one to
Yeah.
me.
And I think in a lot of ways it didn't, I mean, I don't, it's hard to not take it personally,
Yeah.
really. It's almost
Right.
impossible not to take that personally.
Sure.
But I don't know that it was all, I'm pretty sure it wasn't all personal. Like it was him,
Yeah. Sure.
his
It didn't
ability
feel.
to cope with what just however he felt, and all he wanted to do was to get wasted, and his shame about me feeling
Yes.
like that.
Oh. Oh, I
You know,
get that. I get that.
he didn't want me to
I
see
met someone over like, they really need to go home now so I can smoke a little ganja.
And like I get it. We all need our space to kind of let down in whatever way we let down.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
want sometimes I want to just, watch my Netflix and just zone out, and
Sure.
I need
Sure.
somebody there watching me do that, like, or being, so I understand it
Yeah.
intellectually, but like
Okay.
emotionally it's just,
Yeah.
oh goodness, not okay.
Interesting.
Not at all okay. That somebody would put his addiction essentially
Yeah.
over happiness of his woman, or
Yeah.
the safety of his woman.
Yeah.
Snowing
It really does come to
by
that.
Westchester to Brooklyn at night.
Right. In the
I mean,
snow
I'm
at
very
night.
capable to do that, but that's not the point.
Sure. But if you're, yeah, 100%. I agree that, and the fact that, and I get that too, putting one's addictions ahead of,
Hmm.
um,
I mean,
uh,
people who have addictions,
that's right. That's what addiction does.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I guess what I want to say about all that, and as it relates to me moving forward, is in the world of that possibility of relationship, is I will never do that again. I will never
Good.
let
Good
somebody
girl.
do that to me ever.
Me neither.
Yeah, yeah, good.
Good.
That's it. Like, you
Fist
don't get to
bump.
be my close internal, yeah, this bump, boom. You don't get to be in my intimate world if
No,
that's where you're going
if
to
you
be.
don't value my safety first and
Yeah,
foremost,
yeah,
and then secondly, my plea, like something that's important to me,
yeah.
and
That
that
I'm
feels,
begging you, and you're like putting me out on the street.
yeah,
What? And I guess in a lot of ways, there's a shame for me. I feel shame a little bit.
yeah,
Like, wow, how did I let that happen? How did I let myself like continue? How did I keep going? How
yes,
did I marry this guy after that happened?
yes.
Oh my God. Well, whatever. I don't want to be
You
hard on
know
myself.
what? There's so many places where we, could have, should have, would have,
Shoulda,
but
woulda, and the shame spiral is alive and well in all of us,
yes,
even though
yes.
we may not think so. But if we,
Some of us,
yeah,
go over it again and again and again,
yes,
ruminate in their mind, and some of us just
right. Like
take the next
something
step
bad
forward.
happens to you, and then you feel shame about it. It's like the sticking the knife in and then twisting it,
It's
you know?
exactly like that.
And it's like, why do we do that to ourselves? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Is there anything else you might want to know from this dream?
I mean, yeah, something about, not really, I guess. Like, why did I pick Tara? I guess that's a curiosity
Yeah,
too.
yes. So what attributes does the dreamer have that her friend also
Okay,
has?
well, she's actually, they went to the same college, she and my,
Oh, okay.
ex. And so they stayed, they she's very intellectual, hyper intellectual person, extremely smart. I mean, she's like a genius on the number scale. She's actually genius level,
Yeah.
and
She's
very,
in
very smart.
Mensa.
Yes, all of that. You know, she's
Sure.
definitely up there. And you know, she's loving and compassionate, and also, you know, super highly, I don't know, emotional, different, you know,
Okay.
any emotional. So, you know, um, but yeah, and also she's been in a kind of a shift too, and I don't know, like I don't know.
Do I know her through him? Is that how I know Ray? Is through.
No,
Oh,
mm-mm.
okay.
No, I
Okay.
know her. How I know her, just somehow.
Independently of him.
Yeah, yeah, we
Okay.
know each other together at a certain point for sure. She's part of
Sure.
our community,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would look at her attributes that I feel are similar in myself, and then I'd see
Okay, I just had
what.
it.
Please.
Sorry.
No, no, no. I'm just doing this to spark
Yeah.
your mind, get you thinking.
I just
What
had a
happened?
thought though. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking over you. I hate when we do that to each other.
Please tell me your thought.
My thought is that, oh God, now I lost my thought. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, okay.
ADHD mind. Um, I'll blame it on ADHD. Um, there's something about her being similar.
So I asked you if you knew her through Tim, and then we were a group of friends, and I don't
Um,
know. I came after that. Well, and
oh,
I was saying I would look at the attributes that Ray
yeah.
has and see how I might have similar attributes. And what I
Mhm.
didn't say, what I was going to, when you ran into each other's words, what I was going to say is I would look inside of myself and see where am I not letting another aspect of myself in, to sleep over, to feel safe, to have a place to be in this rainy, cloudy darkness. And I want to see, because if there's a part of me that's asking, may I stay over? What part of me is saying, no, I'm not giving you the time of my of day?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh my God. I love
Thank you. You read my mind. So
it.
yeah, I was thinking like, what if she's an aspect of myself
Yes.
that's being like that to myself, like
Yes.
shutting it out, shutting it out because I want to
Yes.
stay in a small, comfortable place. Like, nope to the expansion,
Yeah.
whatever, you know, nope to the other thing, like
Yeah. No,
whatever.
you have to go out in the scary world and
Yeah,
fend for yourself,
yeah,
and that's not a nice way to treat
not gentle.
yourself.
Yeah, it's not gentle. It's
It's
not.
not
It's
gentle.
really nice. And you know, there is something about, yeah, you do have to go out and go do the thing and dig and find,
Yes.
face your fears, right? Go out in the dark, go out in the rain, you know, you're going to be all right. And you know, so there could be an aspect of that part, like let's say that's a part of myself that's also being
Yes.
like tough love.
Yes. Oh
Like,
yes, I feel that.
no, I've got things going on here. You go, you are going to be all right.
Yeah.
You're going to figure it out.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think there's something to that. So there's both
Yeah.
sides, but I
That
do
kind of
think,
reminds me of the little snippet of a dream that I wanted to share with you.
okay,
Might be a
I'm
good
good.
segue.
Yeah, perfect.
Um, I had a dream. I was a teacher, like in an elementary school. It felt like more of an institution, more of like a public school. And I'm in the gym, but I wasn't teaching gym, but I was in the gym. And one of my students is like a little, not little, but like a middle school young woman. And she was very upset about something. I think it had to do with, I think there had just been a basketball game or something in the gym. And I quoted her a quote that I'd been thinking about by Maya Angelou, who I believe also penned that other quote we said. But she said, people will not remember what you say, and they won't remember what you do. but people will remember how you made them feel. And I was telling that to her, and she seemed to like take it in. Like it
Mhm.
might have been that I don't really know. I'm guessing like missed a shot, a basketball game, or people aren't going to remember what you do, but
Mhm.
how did you make them feel? And if you're a good sport, you know,
Yeah.
then and she was really glad to hear that. And
Mm.
then of course I have to look at it as myself receiving that information
Yeah.
because I am everyone in my dream, and it makes I like it. I like that
Mhm.
how you make them feel. It feels so significant.
Yeah.
You need to be kind to each other.
Yeah.
Please be kind. Be kind.
Not what you do or say, it's how you make people feel. That, and I've heard that, heard that quote.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah, it's a good one.
The other quote Maya Angelou was, I believe she had said this to Oprah, like when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. We were we were mentioning that
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Yep.
So any thoughts on that dream, Anya?
Um, yeah, I'm curious about like the young person. Like, is that anybody that you like? Is there a reality check around that person?
Um, mm, I'm not sure. She's no one I've seen before,
Hmm.
that I recognize. She had like short dark hair, and she maybe had braces. She was like your typical middle school kid,
Yeah.
you know. And I just wanted her to know, like she didn't have to hold on to something she was deeming as a failure
Right.
because nobody's gonna remember that.
Uh-huh.
They'll remember
Uh-huh.
if you were kind to them,
Right.
if you had good sportsmanship and you know hit
Yeah.
hands after,
Yeah. Exactly.
if you
Yeah.
helped another kid up from a different team who got knocked down, something, like
Uh,
we really can change the world with kindness.
hmm.
Really can.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And does that feel like that feels like the essence of the dream? I guess, let me ask you if, okay, you can, let's like just ask that question.
Yeah. I think that because I've been looking at certain things in my life and recognizing where there's failure. And so maybe I just don't need to hold on to that. Because
Hmm.
what I'm seeing is failure. Thank God I still have many years of my life to like make tikkun, do repair on this. So, but there is something I've been thinking about with the big F, L,
Uh,
and so hearing that said to this girl who I really believe she like missed a shot, basketball.
hmm.
And here, it's such a loving and um, forgiving. It feels like a forgiving statement.
Hmm.
So I think I need to forgive myself.
Yeah, I do. That was the next thing I was going to say is, does this feel like it's you in some way? And it's interesting that it's in a gym. To me,
Yeah.
it's like gym is a place where you're physically active.
Yes. Yes.
Life is a little bit different for you now in that way, in the physical aspect. And I
Oh,
wonder if,
only that the only time I go to a gym now when Lev was playing, well, when my kids were playing basketball, and
mhm,
or like a big event,
mhm,
at the school or whatever. But now I only just ride my electric scooter
uh,
into the gym.
you don't have any like associations with not necessarily a gym, but the physical activity that happens
Sure, I
along.
used to love basketball. I used to love
Uh-huh.
it. I used to be able to somehow I would shoot just I'm sure this is frowned upon, or I would imagine. I would shoot just with my left hand, and I feel like I got it in, excuse me, way more times than I didn't.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and that was always what my dad and I did together. We had
Mm,
a basketball net on the
mhm,
garage. We
mm,
used to
right,
play basketball together,
mm,
and that was wonderful. He
yeah,
was a girl dad, you know, which
uh,
doesn't mean no sports. Of course, girls play sports too, but um, I tried to be like what I imagined the little son would be for him. I thought he probably wanted a son.
no,
But it doesn't bring up bad feelings. It brings up
yeah,
happy feelings, like playing with
mhm,
my dad.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel if it's my dream, I am definitely feeling like I am that little girl and I'm also the person. I'm also the person saying.
Yeah.
It's like I'm saying it to that person. That person's some part of myself.
Yes.
Um, and and I'm revisiting something that I did as a child. I'm
Yes.
revisiting like basketball. Like because you said it was specifically basketball, right?
It was. It was.
You know, yeah, it's always interesting to see like the time periods of things in a dream.
Right.
Like it was seemed
Yeah.
very specifically middle school, like
Yes. And
it's
she
middle
looked,
school.
you know, braces. She probably had glasses on. She looked like a little kid. Not a little kid, but like a middle school kid.
Yeah, like 11
Yeah.
or 12 or some
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean, I don't know what to make of that, but I do think, why does our psyche pick that time period? Like what
Right.
was going
Oh.
on in that time
Oh
period?
yeah. I definitely
There's
experienced
something you need to forgive yourself for.
definitely experienced shame in middle school.
Yeah,
Who
well, who
didn't?
else? Who didn't? Oh my
Who
God,
didn't experience shame?
what a horrible time of life.
I,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I love that, something very, I don't know, like there's something delightful about that message also. I don't know if delightful
yeah,
is the word, but like light about that
yeah,
message, you know,
yes, of light, delightful.
light.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's true, and it does so not what you say and not what you do, and that was interesting for me to hear, too, because it's not what you do. So, I mean, on the one hand, in a way, don't we want to be acknowledged for the good deeds we do? I don't know by whom, by oneself and one's
Well,
creator.
I think the bottom line is how does that make a person feel? It's not that you shouldn't do a good thing or say a good
Yeah.
thing. It's
Okay.
it's what that thing does to a
I
person.
love it. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, feeling to see if there was any other like
Yeah.
hits.
And oh,
Um,
thank you. That helped a lot because I was revisiting,
mhm.
you know, you're in a bad loop when you revisit some of your less than stellar points in your life. My acupuncturist used to say, when you start looping like that, it's time to get a treatment.
That's great.
You step out of the shame place
Yes. No,
from
that's
one's
that's
life.
totally like this coach calls it a shame spiral. Like it's like that.
Oh,
It doesn't, it's like you did a thing and then you feel shame and then you can't get out of the shame. And it's
yeah.
like then the thing itself just, that you did, it's like you can't stop loop. It is a loop. It is a loop. And it's very, very unhealthy thing that we all do at
Yeah.
some point. So I like that to get out of it energetically through acupuncture is kind of interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And she used to say it, that was the direct need and fix. You
Yeah.
need to get acupuncture now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have a thing, to that you, yeah, a tool
Yeah. A
to
tool. Yes.
get out. Sometimes, like
Yes.
for me, generally, if I'm in a spiral like that, any kind of ruminating spiral, I have to
Yeah.
go outside and move. I have to
Yeah.
move
Right. I have to move. Yeah.
the thing, and
And
that
as
doesn't mean
my
either, but
my teacher Gershon Winkler used to say, and he's a shamanic rabbinical guy, like he's amazing. And he used to say, if you're in like a negative place in your life, simply jump over into the next space and that'll change everything. And I mean, simple magic. He called it the magic in the ordinary,
Wow.
and it actually works.
Like in your mind,
No, in your physical body,
actually move like into the
you
next room.
actually jump into the next space.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Shamanism 101.
Yeah. That's really, I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah. And that's kind of what I, in a way, do.
what you were talking about moving. Yeah. And an animal after a fear moment, they have to shake it off. Shake it
Yes.
off. I'm shaking
Yes.
it off. It has to
Absolutely.
be a physical
Right. And
shake
that's
off.
something, right. It's like that whole somatic experiencing,
Yeah.
that work. He talks about that. Peter Levine, I think is his name.
Okay.
He talks about like how animals, something happens and, it's just some terrifying thing happens and they shake it off and then
Yeah.
they just go on. But we as humans don't
I
do
know.
that. And so we take
We
on the trauma
ruminate.
and it like sits in our energy system
Mhm.
and it's damaging. So
Right. We don't get it out of our
yeah,
system. Oh, I've made that mistake a
yeah.
couple of
Yeah.
tragically monumental and impactful
Mm.
times on my life.
Yeah, no, I think it's very common for most of us because
Hmm.
we're so in it that we're not thinking, oh, let's see, let me move my body or let me, shake it off or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's why there's so many somatic practitioners right now.
Yeah.
so,
Wow, that's
so much of
wonderful.
that in the world at this moment.
Yeah. Yes.
People who are doing, sort of psychotherapeutic work by engaging the physical body somehow,
Yes.
which I think is great.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you feel complete? Is there any particular
I
question?
do. I do. I feel good. I feel like I just want to um keep thinking of the words of Maya Angelou
Yeah.
and directly equating it to this newest newest shame slash guilt slash didn't do it right slash
Uh,
judging myself slash
uh, okay.
woulda coulda shoulda
Yes.
slash I'll
Something
do better next time.
yes. Right. It's something recently happened and you just had that dream. It seems like it's shedding light on
Yeah,
to remember that. To
I think
remember
so.
that. Yeah.
Well,
What a
thank you
gift.
so much, Ellen. It's always a pleasure to do dream work with you. Can't really call it a group if it's just two. Dream duo.
Yes. The dream world. Yeah. It's always good. It's good to have a place to put the dreams and
Yeah.
then, even after we talk about them, it's like things keep going
It's
about it.
true.
Great. All
Well,
right. Well, see you next time, whenever that is,
yes,
week or so.
Ellen. See you next time. And to
Yeah.
our listeners, thank you for joining us. Mode Metu King. Thank you, my dear.
Mm.
I need to rewrite what it says on uh, the podcast, the writing. It's all about we want to encourage a dreaming world, and it's all these like. But I think I want to make it smaller and just say how important our dreams are to, to us individually and collectively, and and we work together and encourage you also to have a dream worker that you
Hmm.
work with. You know,
Yeah. I went to, yeah, definitely. And it's not easy to find people who do, I don't know.
right, right.
So I went, this woman, I don't even know how I met her somewhere. Is it backwards?
No, it's not. Conversations with Psyche, a dreamer's guide to soul stirring creativity.
So she's an artist. It's all black and white. It's so crazy. She's a little full of herself. She wears all black and white. Her earrings are black and white. Her scarf, her shirt, always, her house is all
Yeah,
black and
that's
white. I find her
fascinating.
fascinating and weird. But,
Yeah,
judgy self is like, well, that is so that is so something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is like, that's really interesting. Like, what does that mean to her?
Mhm.
I don't know. But and her whole
Mhm.
book, the whole book is literally all black and white illustrations. And they're all from her dreams. And she's an artist. She's not a therapist. She's an art.
Right.
She's,
She's an
you know, per,
artist.
she's an artist and she's
See,
a
I'm
dreamer.
still here. My headset will take me with you, but I'm gonna see about dinner. So we don't
Oh,
need to get off. You're just not gonna
okay.
see me sitting here.
Great, great.
You'll see
Go.
the blue pillow.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, it's late there. I know. Yeah, anyway, I'm bringing this to you just because I'm going to start reading it and just see, if there's anything
Yes,
interesting in here. I mean, mostly, I think, she talks a lot about her dreams in here and what,
that's
her
wonderful.
her idea of dreams. Like, I mean, she doesn't really analyze them so much, but uh,
Okay,
anyway, it's just interesting, I guess. I don't know
to
what to say
depict
about
them, I mean, analyzing is one thing you could do with your dream, but to depict them is its
it. Right.
own kind of
Yeah.
lesson.
Exactly, exactly. Like and of course, the idea of, depicting your dreams,
Yes,
you want to, it's a way of working it. It's a way of finding
yes,
some, interesting about it. She
yes.
quotes Jung in a bunch of different places and
Who is she quoting?
quotes Jung,
Uh huh.
Carl Jung,
Uh huh. That's
other people.
very good.
Um, yeah, just don't know. Interesting. I mean, I don't
Well, let
know.
me know. Let me know if you think I should read it, and
Yeah,
I will. I'll think about it a lot and maybe get to it next year.
yeah. Like it's an easy book to read, but I'm not reading it yet either. So
Okay.
I think I'm a little in judgment of the whole of her. I don't know why.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I really shouldn't be. Do not like that part of myself, so I'm gonna like
Okay.
myself
Wow.
read it.
So I ordered from it's a place called like Foo. It's Tibetan food. And now I'm gonna so I got this kind of soup thing and I'm
Huh.
gonna now mix it all together and make dinner.
Wow. So what is that? What is food? What
So
is it? Powder?
it's like Tibetan or Vietnamese. It's
Hmm?
just a type of food, I'm assuming. And this one is the Tibetan one. And
Do you mean pho? Is it PHO?
PHO, pho.
Is that what it is? Is that
I
how it's
might be
called?
wrong. I'm not sure. Is it
Okay.
pho? You call it
Well,
pho?
PHO is pronounced fa.
Say that
God
one more
knows.
time.
Fa.
Pho.
Fa. I don't know why. That's just how it's pronounced.
Yeah, no, no,
We
and
say
no
faux.
problem. You
Yeah.
don't have to explain it to
But I
me.
wasn't sure. I'm not asking because I'm correcting you. I'm just asking to clarify. Is it that?
Well, I don't know, but that's what I call it.
Okay. Well, pho is like a kind of a brothy soup with noodles and vegetables and
That's
some.
this. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. That's like one of my favorite foods on the planet. I just
Oh my
love like
gosh.
big giant bowl of noodles and broth and
Yep,
veggies
yep,
and
yep.
cheese.
And that's here. And
Oh my God.
some jalapeno
Mhm.
peppers and those,
Yes. Basil. Do they do the big things of basil? The
let
leaves
me
of
see.
basil?
Yeah, they do actually.
Yeah, oh my God. Where did you get that?
The the Tibetan place right in town.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Tibetan
There's a
place. Well,
new place right in town. Uh
nice.
on Main Street.
Uh-huh.
And
That's a really nutritious meal.
so I got avocado summer roll, which I ate so good. Now I'm having the vegetable pho.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sounds delicious. No protein in it though, huh?
I know. And I thought about getting a steak. I kind of wanted red meat. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want, you don't
Yeah.
need
No,
red meat. I was saying to myself,
we have
you
a
don't
place.
need red meat.
No, why not? Red meat. I
Oh,
mean, once
I
in a
just haven't
while.
eaten it in so long.
Oh, you don't eat red meat at all.
No,
Okay.
no, I do, but I haven't.
Okay. Yeah. I usually get the chicken one, like, and it's just like sliced or sometimes the veggie one has tofu, I think.
Yeah, yes, I'm hoping that that's the case.
Yeah. So you get your protein there. Cool. Well, it sounds delish. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes,
Now I'm going to
thank
be
you.
like, maybe I should have pho for dinner too. I'll have to go to the
Yes,
get it.
I
Thank
absolutely think you should.
you. Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, enjoy
Well,
that.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'll see if there's anything interesting that she says that we can share, in
Yeah,
our,
sounds good, Ellen.
I think it's just a lot of the way she thinks about things, and I don't know. It's
Yeah,
um,
that'll be so interesting for me.
hmm, yeah, cool.
It's great hanging out.
All right, yeah, good to hang out. And I feel, that dream, I really feel like it makes me so
Yeah,
angry at Tim again. It's like
yeah,
I'm angry at myself. Again, there's that shame spiral.
absolutely, absolutely.
Like what in the world it was wrong with me that I didn't just say, dude,
Yeah, yeah,
go get drunk, go on, and that's
yeah,
let them see me.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I
Well,
didn't. And I don't even know how we got through that. I don't know how we got through that. I really don't actually know how we got through that.
what?
I
Oh,
don't
wow.
remember
Oh, shit. All right. Um,
something
okay.
going
I'm just
on.
feeling things, but
Oh, okay.
we're okay. It's not a shit I got hurt. It's a shit.
Oh,
How will I get this back from under my
no.
desk?
Oh no, I can't help you.
I
Sorry.
think I got it.
Here, let me help you.
Reach through the computer.
Through
Right,
the
that'll be next.
through the Ethernet.
Do you remember when I was a kid? I was like, before computers even. It was like the next thing is going to be a phone where you could see the person you're talking to.
You remember like how that I remember having that thought too. Like,
Yeah. So now we have to think of the next thing is you're going to be able to reach through the screen and help me pick up my papers.
you like beam me up, Scotty, and I'll just be there. You never
Well,
know.
have a wonderful workshop.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not a workshop. It's just a session with.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's coaching. So she's coaching. It's
Ah,
a
I love it.
coaching, right? It's not. I'm not taking the program. It
No,
is
no,
a
I
coaching.
understood that. I just didn't know if that doesn't make sense.
Thought it was in workshop. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it's in private sessions.
Okay, nice.
Lots of questions and deep. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
a lot of work, and I am committed to it. So we'll see. I
Well,
don't know
so
what's going to happen.
inspiring, Ellen.
Trying to just
Really.
be not have expectation.
You
One of the biggest fears,
amaze me.
for me is like, sorry, that I'm going to have like, I'm going to spend it's a very expensive thing, and I'm going to spend all
Yeah.
this money, and then I'm not going to do it. I'm not,
Oh, yeah.
or I won't do it. I'll be all ADHD and start it and then stop, or that I just will do the program, but I won't come out with having like an actual plan. And
Okay.
I need to let that go because I might not have a plan.
You might not.
I might just have uncovered some things that are blocking me,
That's
and then
right. That's
it's just
right.
like a more therapeutic process and not about the actual what am I going to do when I grow up question.
Yeah.
So I'm letting go of that and just being open to it all, to all of it, to let it
Good.
stir it up and yeah.
So we are up to uh 174.
Really, really. That was a lot. When you told me how many people, I was really
Yeah, there's
surprised.
there's like 170 on YouTube now also, and equally
And
that many.
is that pretty steady?
It is now because I actually advertised on YouTube to get
Oh,
more people. Um and sorry, I'm not gonna retain this in my head. Sure. Um and um and that was very helpful. That got Dreamstream a lot of listeners.
well, that's cool. Do you pay for the ad or?
Hmm. I
Um,
just pay to have the podcast on somebody's YouTube page, and where I did I think $40, and I did like the US, and then another like $30 for some. I told you about my feelings about the land down under. So I decided Australia might be a little hardcore for me. I just want to go to New Zealand. So I sent a big thing for New Zealand, and I don't know. I think it worked.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I still think it would be interesting to try to figure out a way to have more very specific engagement rather than just having people, call in with their dream, but maybe like
Okay.
have a workshop or something,
Yeah.
paid workshop with us.
Oh, I love that idea.
And then, people sign up or they don't. We do it ends up working or it doesn't, but at
Yep.
least, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
and we can, I don't know, do, Robert Moss style, or we can do some movement and art, or we can do
I
some,
love it.
all of it. We can sort of put it
Yeah.
together how we like.
And we can do it at the center at Stone Mountain. You
Well,
know.
I'm thinking more about doing it online. I mean, if you've got people listening,
Oh, I
you've got
like that
people listening
too.
from New Zealand and such, then we don't have to
Ah,
do it online. It's an online workshop.
yeah, that's a great idea, Ellen. Oh
Yeah,
my.
yeah, maybe we'll think about that because I think one of the reasons why I'm feeling all judgy about this woman and her book is because
Yeah,
she's not a therapist. She doesn't have any whatever, and she did it. She made a big book. She did
that's
all
right.
this stuff. She makes art about it.
That's
She's
right.
up there with, and it's like I can do that too.
That's right. That's right.
I can do that too. And
Yes, you can.
I still don't know where my focus and thing, in my life is going to be, but I know that I enjoy that well enough to say, hey, let's do a dream workshop, like
Yeah.
something fun with it. Maybe we
Yes.
write poetry or we move our, I know that
I
movement's
love it. All of the above.
everything, but yeah, we make art or we talk about them. I don't know, like
We'll
all of it.
tie it all in together because it
Yeah,
all
we could
ties in together.
do a little program maybe. Okay, let's
I,
keep.
let's keep thinking of
Okay.
that. I love it.
Yeah, good. All right, honey, we'll enjoy your pho. That's
My
how they.
fa.
Pho.
Well, thank you. I shall, and I hope you get something
Yeah.
yummy for yourself as well.
Really, yeah. Okay, good.
Oh
Fantastic.
no. Oh, okay.
You didn't drop it, did you?
No, I didn't, but I did
All
something
right.
dumb.
I'll
Okay,
talk.
Ellen.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
hun. Oh, peanut sauce. So delicious. Ugh.